Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another episode prediction video for this week's up-and-coming episode of Fear the Walking Dead. This one is Season 3, Episode 6, entitled Red Dirt. Now, as always, these do contain spoilers, okay? Just want to let you know real quick, if you're not caught up with Episode 5 of Season 3, don't watch this video, okay? Episode 6, Red Dirt, airs this Sunday, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to check out amc.com and read the synopsis for yourself. But it is as follows. News of incoming danger spreads throughout the community as Madison struggles to keep everyone together. Nick grapples with a hard truth. Now, this episode, I mean, we really only have two things to go on. You know, just some info that we got in the last episode, which is there's definitely a war coming between the ranch and the people who want them off the ranch. That includes a guy named Walker. Now, with that being said, you know, we really don't know too much more than that. We have a promo for this episode. Of course, the links and everything are down in the description below to the promos and the sneak peeks. The promo in this episode really looks to be just mainly on the main community. I didn't really see Daniel or Strand in this promo either, so I'm thinking that it's mostly just going to be on the main community there at the ranch and, you know, obviously potentially Walker and everything too. But the promo really looks like there's a lot of things going on with everybody, really. You know, there's tons of struggles as to what really they're going to do, but what's really their ultimate decision. Do they want to fight? Do they want to abandon the ranch? You know, what's going to happen? There's people explaining, basically saying, you know, if you leave, you're going to die, you know, even if you go outside of the walls, everything like that. And people trying to convince people of other things, and they want a war versus they don't want a war. What's really going to happen here? You know, does Madison want to... Does she want to just get everybody, you know, out safely? Does she want to get her family out of there safely? Or does she want to fight for the ranch, you know? I mean, if she was really smart, she would just get the hell out of there, right? It's not necessarily her place, and, you know, what's the point in fighting for it when you could just leave, right? Who knows, though? Who knows what she's going to do? We have no idea at this point, but there looks to be a lot of things happening. Like, there's some screenshots and images of... basically a team lining up. Maybe it looks like they're in sort of the basement, probably where the armory is, and it looks like they might be gearing them up for war. Troy's basically standing in front of them, I would say basically being a leader, and they're all lined up in a straight line, you know, horizontally. And he's probably trying to coach them into going to war and, you know, arming up, maybe training them as well. And we do know that Alicia gets some training from Jake, actually. There's a sneak peek. It's a very brief sneak peek. There's not a whole lot to it, but they're basically talking back and forth. Alicia and Jake are, and Alicia's also pointing a rifle down range, really learning how to use it, and, you know, putting the stock against her shoulder and everything like that. Jake's basically teaching her about it, okay? And with that being said, you know, while he's doing that, they're having a conversation about who's going to really take over the ranch when it's time. She basically points out, you know, that your dad wants you to do it. But he points out that, you know, it really could be anybody. Who knows who it's going to be? Could even be you. And, yeah, he's just explaining that they're most likely going to need to go to war. And that's why they're prepping everybody. You know, like I said, I see screenshots of maybe community volunteers possibly volunteering for the job of defending the community. Or, you know, maybe it's just the soldiers and stuff like that. We have no idea who these people are, but... Thank you, dogs. Really appreciate the barking. I really do. Round of applause. Now, with that being said, I mean, we really don't have much more to go on than that. What Red Dirt? What's that supposed to mean? The title of the episode, we have no idea what Red Dirt means. I mean, it could literally just mean, like, they want them to get off the land, meaning the dirt, right? And obviously that dirt could become red and just, you know, bloodied, because they're not going to want to leave, right? I mean, that could be it, right? It could be some sort of a symbolism to that. There's a truck outside. I don't know if you can hear the constant backing up and beeping of that, but I apologize for it. That could be what it means. You know, it could be like a symbol for that, right? Red dirt, obviously, the dirt would get red, literally and figuratively, right? So, that could definitely what it mean, you know, what it could mean there. Other than that, I don't really know what else to really say about this episode. I mean, it looks good from the promo, in my opinion. I think it looks really good. I think it's going to be an exciting episode. I don't necessarily think that there's going to be a war in this episode. I think they're really going to be, prepping for the war more than anything. Are they going to get a visit from Walker and his group? We have no idea. There's also been screenshots that were online and everything of Ophelia actually standing with Walker. So she's actually part of his group, which is definitely an interesting topic. What's going to happen there? There's actually a picture of her in the same outfit that we've seen in this one picture of her next to a Humvee with basically a turret in the back. And that turret definitely might have been the one who shot down Travis's helicopter, or Jake's helicopter, whatever you want to say, but it shot down the helicopter and killed Travis ultimately. Was it Ophelia? You know, is she the one that's doing the whole shooting down the helicopter thing? Obviously I don't think she would have known that it was Travis, but at the same time, she did abandon them in the first place, right? So we can't expect her to be 100% always on their side, right? She just left them basically for dead. She took their truck, right? I mean, that's basically it. She took their truck and then just abandoned them, right? So, with that being said, I mean, that's really all I got, guys. I mean, honestly, it was a short prediction video, and I apologize for it, but we only have one promo, one sneak peek to go on, and there's not a whole lot. You know, it looks very intense. There's some altercations actually there with Jeremiah, Otto, and Nick. At one point, it looks like Otto's getting up with a gun, and Nick sort of cowers back against the wall and says, no, Otto, please. Something like that. I'm thinking it's probably taken out of context. You know, he's probably getting up to do something else or something. I have no idea, because, you know, they always edit things together in a way to make us think, you know, something's going to happen, but really that's not what happens at all. You know what I mean? They do it all the time. They do it all the time, especially with, like, for example, the season 6 trailer, you know, with Morgan and Rick. They looked like they were at odds. They looked like they were fighting and they were mortal enemies, but they really weren't. They really weren't at all. But with that being said, everybody, thank you all so much for watching my prediction video of this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead. This is Season 3, Episode 6, entitled Red Dirt. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be a lot of prepping for war, and I feel like we're probably going to get war by the mid-season finale. If there is a mid-season finale, I really don't even know, because this usually runs until The Walking Dead comes back on, right? And this is supposed to have 16 episodes in Season 3, so they can't really take a big break for a mid-season finale. If they're going to take any, you know, it's probably going to be like 1 or 2 weeks, if that. But like I said, I still don't even think they have much time for that, to be honest. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.